Artificial intelligence is poised to revolutionize our world, offering both incredible opportunities and unprecedented challenges. We see it everywhere, from self-driving cars to medical diagnoses, raising hopes for a better future, but also fears about job losses, the misuse of power, and the widening gap between the rich and the poor, both within countries and globally. One of the major players in the AI field, OpenAI, has presented a plan for navigating this future, their 2025 economic blueprint. This document outlines their vision for how AI can drive economic growth in America, but it raises crucial questions. How will this technology impact the world beyond America's borders? And is this plan truly prepared for a future with advanced, even super intelligent AI? Before we dive into the details, let's remember OpenAI's stated mission to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. Keep that in mind as we explore whether this blueprint aligns with that ambitious goal. In this video, we're dissecting OpenAI's 2025 economic blueprint. We'll examine its key proposals, analyze its strengths and weaknesses, and explore what it might mean for the future, both in the US and around the world. By the end of this video, you'll have a balanced understanding of OpenAI's vision. You'll be able to form your own informed opinion about whether their proposed path forward is the right one, not just for America, but for the world. So, what's the core problem OpenAI claims to be addressing in this blueprint? In the foreword, they talk about harnessing the power of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, for the benefit of all of humanity. Now, AGI is an advanced type of AI that could perform any intellectual task that any human can. Imagine an AI that's as smart as a human, or even smarter in every way. That's AGI. OpenAI acknowledges that AGI, and even less advanced AI, has a potential to revolutionize fields like healthcare, education, and science. But they also highlight the inherent risks. But this potential comes with serious risks. Risks like concentrating power in the hands of a few, the potential for misuse by bad actors, and the risks of increasing economic inequality, both within countries and globally. Their proposed solution to these risks? A concept they call democratic AI. They envision a future where AI is developed and used in a way that aligns with democratic values like innovation, competition, and freedom. But they don't fully explain what that means in practice, especially on a global scale. Perhaps it means making the development and use of AI more transparent. Or maybe it means giving the public a greater voice in deciding how AI is used in society. Or it could mean ensuring that everyone has access to the benefits of AI. The blueprint doesn't offer clear answers. But what does democratic AI mean in practice, especially on a global scale? And does this blueprint, with its strong focus on America, adequately address the needs for the rest of the world? That's a key question we'll be exploring throughout this video. Let's start by examining where OpenAI sees the current state of play in the AI field. They begin by outlining the current AI landscape, emphasizing the urgency of the situation. They frame it as a race, and they're very clear that they believe America must win this race. But what are the potential consequences if this race is prioritized over responsible, globally inclusive development? They identify 4 key ingredients for success in AI: chips, data, energy, and talent. And they highlight the massive investments pouring into AI globally, over 175 billion according to their report, raising concerns about the influence of other nations, particularly China. OpenAI's position is clear. They believe the US needs a national strategy for AI, a strategy with regulations that balance the need for innovation with the need for public safety. But is this framing of an AI race, particularly one focused on national dominance, truly beneficial? Is it even the right way to think about this technology? Does it risk prioritizing speed over the responsible development of AI? Not just for the US, but the entire world? What about the potential consequences for global inequality if AI development is concentrated in the hands of a few wealthy nations? This focus on competition raises concerns about a widening gap between the AI haves and have-nots. With that in mind, let's examine their proposed strategy, starting with their ideas on competitiveness and security. This next section outlines how OpenAI thinks the US can maintain its leadership in AI, while supposedly addressing national security concerns. But does it really strike the right balance? And does it consider the global implications? They talk about best practices for secure AI development, but don't fully explain what that entails. They also discuss export policies that would prioritize sharing advanced AI models with US allies, while restricting access to other countries. And they call for streamlined regulations, arguing that it will help American companies compete globally. They envision a close partnership between the US government and private companies, all working together to make sure America dominates in AI. Now, to their credit, OpenAI does highlight some of their own safety initiatives, like their preparedness framework and red teams who try to find security flaws in their AI models. But are these initiatives really sufficient for a company wielding such powerful technology? How transparent will these processes be? Will the public get access to information about these red team tests? These are important questions that the blueprint doesn't fully answer. Furthermore, while the focus on securing AI for the US and its allies is understandable, what about the potential for this technology to be used to further disadvantage developing nations? If access to advanced AI is restricted, could it exacerbate existing global inequalities? Does this blueprint do enough to promote equitable access to the benefits of AI globally, or does it risk creating a new form of technological colonialism? These are some of the tough questions raised by OpenAI's approach to security. But security isn't the only ethical concern. Now let's move on to what the blueprint calls the rules of the road for AI. In this section, OpenAI tries to address some of the ethical dilemmas surrounding AI, focusing on child safety, content provenance, and user preferences. They advocate for measures to combat the creation and distribution of AI-generated harmful content, particularly sexually abusive material involving children. They mention C2PA, the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity, which is developing standards to track the origin of online content. This is important because a lack of provenance can make it difficult to distinguish between real and AI-generated content. They also talk about giving users more control over their AI. They say they want to empower users and make sure people can trust the AI they interact with. And again, OpenAI points to their existing child safety measures and their work on content provenance as evidence that they're already working on these issues. But are these measures truly comprehensive? Given the scale and complexity of the challenge, especially as AI becomes more powerful, how effective will they be in preventing the misuse of AI? Will they be enough to stop AI from being used to create harmful content targeting children? These are concerns that require ongoing scrutiny. But here's where we encounter a significant omission. The blueprint doesn't mention universal basic income, or UBI, or any other mechanism for redistributing the wealth that AI is expected to generate. There's no discussion of how to address the potential for massive job displacement caused by automation. This silence is particularly striking given that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has been a vocal proponent of UBI in the past. He has even promoted and invested in UBI studies. If AI does lead to widespread job displacement, as many experts predict, who will bear the responsibility of supporting those who are displaced? Should major AI companies like OpenAI be contributing to UBI systems? And what about countries that lack the resources to implement social safety nets? It's a major gap in their plan, especially when we consider the potential impact of developing nations. So, The rules of the road section raises more questions than it answers, especially regarding the economic impact of AI and the potential for global inequalities. The blueprint then moves on to what it calls infrastructure as destiny. But is this infrastructure designed to truly benefit all, or just a select few? And is it even the right kind of infrastructure for a future that might include something as transformative as artificial superintelligence? This is where OpenAI gets really ambitious. They argue that building the right kind of infrastructure, big national level projects, can usher in a new era of American industrialization powered by AI. They present a range of solutions, including AI economic zones, where regulations would be streamlined to speed up the construction of AI-related infrastructure. They also envision a national AI research resource, a sort of shared pool of supercomputers and data, and a nationwide AI education strategy to prepare the workforce. They also talk about a national AI infrastructure highway, a network connecting power grids and communication systems across the country. Finally, they propose federal backstops for high-value AI public works projects, where the government would encourage private companies to invest in these big infrastructure projects. And let's not forget about the talent pillar. They talk about the need to attract and retain top AI researchers. But this raises ethical questions about concentrating AI expertise and the potential for brain drain from other parts of the world. They claim that all of this will create a thriving AI ecosystem here in the US. But what about the rest of the world? If all this development is focused in the US, is there a risk that other countries, especially poorer ones, will be left behind? This blueprint does not offer any solutions for how developing countries can build their own AI infrastructure or access the benefits of this technology. Furthermore, are these proposals truly visionary enough? They largely focus on current technological paradigms, on building infrastructure for AI that we have today. But what if we achieve artificial superintelligence, or ASI, far sooner than expected? So, as we've seen, there are a lot of unanswered questions about these infrastructure proposals, but two crucial themes are largely absent from the blueprint, raising serious concerns, especially when we think about the long-term future. First, the blueprint's almost exclusive focus on the United States raises questions about its implications for global inequality. If AI development and its benefits are concentrated in a few wealthy nations, what happens to everyone else? What responsibility do leading AI nations and companies have to ensure a more equitable distribution of the benefits of AI? Should they also be investing in developing countries? These are questions that need urgent attention. Second, the blueprint seems to inadequately prepare for a future with artificial superintelligence. When ASI does emerge, and if it leads to rapid transformative change, as many experts believe it will, the blueprint's proposals may be woefully inadequate. If 70 to 80% of human jobs become obsolete and not replaced, as some predict, how will societies function? What economic models will be needed to ensure human well-being in a world where work, as we know it, may no longer exist? And how will we ensure that ASI aligns with human values and goals? We might need to rethink our systems of governance, our social structures, and even the very definition of human purpose in a world where machines can outthink us. The blueprint in its current form seems to fall short of offering a truly comprehensive and globally responsible vision for the future of AI. It doesn't adequately address the potential for increasing global inequality, nor does it offer a roadmap for navigating a world with ASI. OpenAI's 2025 Economic Blueprint presents some intriguing ideas for fostering AI development in America. But it also raises critical questions that remain unanswered, particularly when we consider the potential impact on the rest of the world and the possibility of transformative technologies like ASI. The emphasis on democratic AI is a positive step, but the lack of concrete mechanisms to achieve it on a global scale, and the silence on crucial issues like wealth redistribution, and the potential consequences of ASI are significant weaknesses. And let's not forget, this is coming from a company whose stated mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. Does this blueprint truly align with that mission? And while OpenAI's plan has shortcomings, it's important to acknowledge that other organizations and thinkers are exploring alternative visions for the future of AI. Some are focused on AI for good initiatives, using AI to tackle global challenges. Others are advocating for open source AI, making the technology more accessible and transparent. But we have to applaud OpenAI for putting this document and ideas out in the public. It's a great start. But we have to wonder, when ASI emerges, are these plans sufficient? Is OpenAI being bold enough in its thinking, or are they holding back from the public their true expectations about the potential for radical societal shifts brought on by ASI? It's hard to imagine that they're not considering these possibilities internally. Are they choosing to not share their full thoughts with the public? Either way, it raises concerns. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we create together, collectively and responsibly. It's up to us to shape it, to ensure that it leads to a future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around. We encourage you to read OpenAI's 2025 economic blueprint for yourself. You can find a link in the description below. Want to unlock the power of AI? Our free newsletter gives you the tips, trends, AI news, and tools you need to succeed. Sign up with the link in the description below. Your journey doesn't stop here. Watch our next video right here and keep building your knowledge.